This video is brought to you by Tempo. Stick around to the end for a special offer that they are making available through our channel. How's it hanging, my Peloton freaks, iFIT creeps, Tempo peeps, and all of the rest of you connected fitness freaks? I am your host, Colin Jenkins. Welcome back to the Weekly Watt, where we cover the week's top connected fitness news stories and updates. This week's episode is going to be short and sweet, because despite being pretty much a connected fitness hermit these past 2 years, Omicron finally found me. So if I sound a little funky, that's why. And since I'm not feeling that great, I was actually thinking about skipping the weekly walk this week, but on Friday night, I got up, palms sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy, vomit on my sweater already with mom's spaghetti, nervous, but on the surface looking calm and ready, and lost myself in Peloton's first live boxing class featuring my second favorite artist of all time, Eminem. I'm still waiting for a class featuring my favorite artist. And after that class, I thought, here I go. It's my shot. Feet fail me not. This may be the only opportunity that I got, and wrote this goddamn news update for you Weekly Watt regulars who once a week check in with our channel to find out what the hell is new with connected fitness. And nothing, not Omicron, not even the fact that Dennis Morton, was chosen to teach the Eminem cycling class. None of that can bring me down this week. So that being said, let's get ready, because this shit's about to get heavy. So why don't you all sit down and listen to the tale I'm about to tell. Starting with the Peloton investor Blackwell's Capital, who owns a bit less than 5% of the company, publishing a letter calling for Peloton to remove John Foley or to explore opportunities to be sold. They wrote, quote, "We believe the pandemic offered Peloton a tremendous and unexpected opportunity to accelerate consumer adoption of its category-defining products and drive performance of the business and value for shareholders. With the stock now trading below the IPO price and down more than 80% from its high, it is clear that the company, the executives, and the board have squandered this opportunity," end quote. And while this is obviously a dick move by Blackwell's Capital, what they are suggesting makes sense, and I think is what everyone who has been following Peloton news and has seen their financial situation is anticipating to happen in the near future. And again, I want to make clear and repeat that no one with a Peloton should really be worried if they sell, as the buyer will likely have more resources at their disposal to keep the experience great and continue to improve Peloton where they need help the most. And Peloton is not the only company to have critics crucify you, journalists try to burn you, fans turn on you, attorneys all want to turn at you. This week, a report by the New York Post stated that iFIT, owners of Nordic Track and Proform, is facing a crippling $300 million lawsuit that could potentially threaten to push the company towards bankruptcy without additional funding. The suit by Pamplona Capital Management, a hedge fund that lent iFIT $200 million in 2019, claims that a deal made with a manufacturer in China violated their loan agreement, since it included iFIT handing out equity stake. Sources of the New York Post say that the suit is demanding $100 million in interest in addition to the principal of its $200 million loan, which is a lot of money, especially as many connected fitness companies are now adjusting their business models to account for a more normalized demand post-pandemic. The way things are looking, maybe both Peloton and iFIT will soon be bought out, which would be kind of nice if they were both owned by the same company. I mean, just imagine having a platform that had both excellent indoor cycling rides and outdoor scenic rides. It'll never happen, but one can always wish. But it seems that Peloton has not completely given up on their scenic content, having dropped 3 new guided scenic classes this week from Oregon, one of which is running with Bex, one cycling with Emma, and one hike featuring them both. I haven't had any time to check them out to see if they're any good, but based on my experience with Peloton's other previous attempts, I'm not overly optimistic. I don't mean to be mean, but that's all I can be, it's just me. There was also another bout of bad press for Peloton. Remember like those 2 weeks we had in early January when Peloton news was super quiet? I guess they're trying to make up for it now. Well, almost exactly 1 month after they made headlines when the premiere of HBO's Sex and the City revival saw the fictional character Mr. Big die after suffering a heart attack while working out on a Peloton bike, now, in the latest episode of Billions, the character Mike Wags Wagner, played by David Constable, suffered almost an identical fate while riding a Peloton bike. except he didn't die. Now, I can't wrap my head around why Peloton becomes so defensive when this sort of media attention happens, but here we are again with statements from Peloton like, quote, "We get why these fictional TV shows would want to include a brand that people love to talk about, but Showtime's use of Peloton's Bike Plus in reference to a Peloton instructor was not a brand, product, or instructor placement, and we did not agree for our brand and IP to be used on this show or provide any equipment." Peloton, please stop acting like they need your permission. They don't. Instead of acting defensive, try to just be in on the joke like Ryan Reynolds helped you do with Sex and the City. Then you would see these events as the free publicity opportunities for you that they are. Because we need a little controversy because it feels so empty without me. And our sponsor for today's episode, Tempo. Now, if you haven't heard, Tempo recently released the Tempo Move, which is on sale for $395. $370 if you use this code. And it includes far more for that price than most other products do at twice the cost. Professional high quality Olympic dumbbells and plates, an extremely nice looking weight storage unit, and pairs with your phone to track your reps and give you form feedback while you take Tempo's classes, which are some of the best of any connected fitness platform. And I could go on and on and on and on about how much I have enjoyed Tempo, but I think these final lyrics from Eminem can describe my feelings best. I can't tell you what it really is, I can only tell you what it feels like, and right now there's a steel knife in my windpipe. I can't breathe, but I can still fight when I can fight. As long as the wrong feels right, it's like an in-flight, high off of love, drunk from her hate. I feel like I'm puffing paint, and I love her. The more I suffer, I suffocate, and right before I'm about to drown, she resuscitates me, she fucking hates me, and I love it. Wait? And that's it for today's Weekly Watt. Appreciate you being here as always. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and feel free to subscribe if you want to get future Weekly Watt updates just like this. Thank you again, and see you next time.